The limit test for sulfate is a qualitative chemical analysis method used to determine the presence of sulfate ions, SO4 in a given sample. Here's a detailed discussion of its principles. 1. Purpose. The primary goal of the limit test for sulfate is to detect the presence of sulfate ions in a substance and to estimate its approximate quantity. This test is particularly useful in industries like pharmaceuticals, where sulfate content in drugs must be controlled due to potential health concerns. 2. Principle of the test. Precipitation reaction. The test relies on the precipitation reaction between sulfate ions and a selective reagent, typically barium chloride, BaCl2 solution. Formation of insoluble salt. When barium chloride is added to the sample containing sulfate ions, a white precipitate of barium sulfate, BSO, forms. Text Borel 2 plus text SO4 square, right arrow, text BSO4, down arrow, quantitative aspect. The amount of precipitate formed is proportional to the sulfate ion concentration in the sample, provided the test conditions are controlled, pH, temperature, etc. Procedure. Acidification. If the sample is alkaline, it is first acidified to prevent the precipitation of other compounds that might interfere. Addition of reagent. Barium chloride solution is added gradually to the acidified sample under controlled conditions. Observation. The formation of a white precipitate, BSO4, confirms the presence of sulfate ions. 4. Limit of detection. The term limit test indicates that the procedure is designed to detect sulfate ions above a specified threshold, limit. This limit is typically defined by the smallest amount of sulfate that can be reliably detected under the test conditions. 5. Interference and validation. Care must be taken to ensure that other ions or compounds present in the sample do not interfere with the formation of the precipitate or give false positive results. Validation of the test method involves using known standards and controls to verify its accuracy and reliability. 6. Endpoint determination. The endpoint of the test is usually when no further precipitation of barium sulfate occurs upon the addition of excess barium chloride, indicating that all sulfate ions have reacted. In summary, the limit test for sulfate is based on the selective precipitation of barium sulfate from a sample containing sulfate ions. It is a straightforward yet effective method for qualitative detection and approximate quantification of sulfate in various substances.